Let's get reading. Oh yeah, giant man with wands. That's what this card looks like to me. Like we've got okay, we've got the 7 of wands. We've got big man or big person here in the middle wielding the wand. We know wands are opportunity and creativity and energy. We can see kind of like coming up from the bottom a bunch of wands. We've got 6 of them to be exact that are coming up and are making what looks like their way at this person who is wielding one wand, very like combat style. So we've got competition going here. We've got a battle of sorts. We have got somebody who is wielding their energy and possibly many people wielding energy as a weapon. I think that's an interesting piece here. I think that this is very much rather than like, with the 5 of wands being like the seemingly kind of like well-meaning but varying directions of energy. This one is very much like we've got 6 that are pointed at one. And we've got one that is like very actively working against others. And that one that is working against the others is the one that this person has in their hands. Right. So I think that is something to call out. I think that there is, it's possible that we have not only kind of misaligned energy, but in this event, we have quite actively competing energies, right? Energies that are, most of them are, we have one that is chosen, right? And the others are very actively taking away from that, competing with that, taking the air out of the room for the one that we have as ours, right? So it's possible that we're running up against the impact of the other energies of the world on ours. It's possible that these things are very actively competing, and not only are they taking away from, but they are attacking. Right, we're having to defend this one from the others, and so this can be like a call to align ourselves on which one is ours, right? What's the one that we fight for? What is the one that we go to ground for? What is the one that we use to help us fend off all others? So I think that is an important thing for us to be considering today is which one is the one that you fight with? Which one is the one that you take in your hands and you go to ground for, right? What's the one that against all others you are more than willing, maybe even eager to defend? This battle of our energies, it is taking up the whole card, right? It's taking up all the space. It is dominating this landscape. And I do think that that's a signal for how much kind of aligning on what is our chosen thing is huge, right? This is a big part of our lives. This is a big part of what makes us who we are, is what are we willing to fight for? What are we willing to stand by in times of conflict, in times of competition? What's our one? What's our ride or die here? So I do think that that's important. And so often these cards are calling out like, hey, it's okay to have a bundle of things. It's okay to have so many different energies. It's okay to run with a pack of creativity and opportunities and energies. But oftentimes it's time to choose one. Oftentimes it's time to look at it and go like, no, this is mine. Doesn't mean we forego all others, but it does mean that, again, we've talked about this, our energy is a zero-sum game. We are not endlessly energetic beings. We do need to sleep. We do need to take some hours for rest. We need to take some time for ourselves, not expending energy, instead recharging our energy and filling up our cups, filling up our capacity for pursuing these wands and using these wands, which does mean that inevitably we fall to the place of having to choose between them. The real piece here is the conflict of energies and the competition of energies, the using of one against many. I do want us to consider today, what is it that we are willing to choose and fight for? What is it that above all other things and against all other things we would use? Right? If there are competing energies, what is the one that we use to clear our space? What is the one that we use to defend our castle? We are up on a plateau. These other energies are coming up from down beneath us. There are several different ways. We don't even necessarily have to fight them, right? We could just turn around with this wand and go the other way, but this is a competition. There is something about these energies coming up at us, and we are needing to choose one as the one that we wield, as the one that we use, as the one that we fight for and fight with. So I do want us to consider what that might be for us today. I want us to consider why this is happening in the first place. I want us to think about, like, if we do have multiple things competing in our lives, if we feel like things are coming at us in this way, what is it about these energies that is making them need to come take away from this one or us, that we are needing to fight them off, right? So I do think we can consider what got us in this position. I do think we can consider how to get out of this position. I don't know that we all love fighting, but it is, for some people, get motivated and inspired and fed by this, by choosing one, by using it as their weapon, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do think we can fight sometimes. I do think we can stand to defend our space. I do think we can stand to defend what is ours and what we choose, right? It's a degree to which you choose something, and I think that that's beautiful in and of itself. So let's consider what that is for us today. Last thing I want to point out, being in a fight doesn't necessarily suggest that there are others that are coming after you, or that there are outside forces that are coming after you. Sometimes this is a scene that is happening internally. Sometimes we have desires that are carved out within us. We have opportunities that are coming at us. We have different things that are showing themselves to us that are competing with our one true thing. And I do think that it's important to point that out, that it's not necessarily even a malicious like fight or battle. Sometimes competition can be healthy. Sometimes we do need to sharpen against other sharp things. This card can also be a card of like internal fight, right? Like a doggedness, a perseverance, a rising above a challenge. Sometimes that can come from within us. And I would argue most often we are the person that we are sharpening iron against, right? It's within ourselves. This is where we have the most intimate conversations. This is where we have the most intense conversations, is internally. And I do think that this can be an internal scene as much as it can be an external scene. As much as this is a card about battling, this is a card about persevering. So I do want to put that out there and just say, like, if you are feeling like you're in a battle, that is okay. This is a time for you to test your mettle. This is a time for you to choose what your stance is. This is a time for you to choose with what you fight. What's the tool that you use? What's the energy that you bring to that challenge? How do you rise above that? How do you stand above it and wield your thing proudly and loudly and with fervor, right? This is an opportunity for that. And so today I think we can take that energy with us and see what we're willing to fight for, what we're willing to fight with, and how we go about doing that, and how can we make sure that we stand up top all other energies with what we have chosen. We are moving on into the back half of this week. We have had a lot of ponderance. This is very much a card of activity. So get after it today. I am always loving y'all's comments. Please let me know what you thought of this card. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here always. Thank you for starting your morning and days with me. Y'all take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Tarot Dad's out.